Good morning and welcome to the conversation on TOS Television Network, your digital first Pan-African news network. And as always, today promises to be an insightful engagement, a conversation here in the conversation. Okay, my name is Adesu Alsui.
And my name is Merciful Ajinomo. Good morning and welcome to the conversation. We already are into the 26th day of August already. I know, yes, the month is about to come to an end and we've got plans and everything. September is here already. How are you doing, Adesua?
I'm very well, thank you. You seem excited for the end of
Yes,
the year.
I do. I do. As a matter of fact, it looks as if 2021 is already coming to a close and we've got so many things to hope for. We've got Christmas to prepare and some people are getting married, some are having children. So much celebration. It's the end of the year, that's what happens, yeah?
I know, right? Okay. I'm just going to, leave that for after the show. Okay, so it's about that time where we bring you a quote of the day, and after that we'll be looking at developments from across Africa.
There are certain moments in the day when I need my me time to just unwind and indulge.
What is this?
The Cadbury goodness is in every pack of Cadbury 3-in-1 hot chocolate, making you feel cheerful and pleasant. Enjoy the Cadbury goodness.
All right, let's get into the stories, and we'll be starting with this story about a strained relationship between Algeria and Morocco. So Algeria has announced end of its diplomatic relations with Morocco. The Algerian government accuses the Moroccan kingdom of constantly carrying out hostile actions against Algeria, waging war against the Algerian people and its leaders. Algeria rejects to be subjected to such acts and behaviors. Algeria also rejects the logic of unilateral policies with their disastrous consequences on the people of the Maghreb region. Algeria rejects to maintain abnormality which aims at retaining the countries of the Maghreb region within a constant state of insecurity, said Algerian Foreign Minister Ramtane Lamamra.
These reasons are really valid. I was going to say, when I first saw the story, I was going to say, oh no, why do we have relationships being destroyed, and why? Because we cannot afford to have African countries against each other, right? So I was going to ask, well, yeah, if they feel intimidated, if they feel attacked in any way possible, I think it's only normal that you step out of the way. But I don't think there's a way for African countries to go.
Yes, it's
we have
not.
So many things that we're facing,
so many things to do
so
together.
many issues.
We're looking at we're looking towards uniting the continent, trade, bilateral relationships, and all of that. In as much as we are looking forward to forming relationship with neighboring countries, United
It has to be healthy.
We're looking at one African currency, but the relationship has to be symbiotic. We have to be beneficial.
Yeah, very
so
healthy.
if one relationship is toxic for the other country, like they said, we cannot keep having feeling insecure. I just think, it's better just stay in your country and we stay in our country. But I know that there's going to be talks and all of that to resolve, the strained relationships.
Yeah. I hope so. We'll move over to South Africa, where there's plans to extradite the former Mozambican finance minister. The South African Justice Department on Monday announced that it will extradite former Mozambique finance minister Manuel Chang to his home country. This comes 2 years after the former finance minister was arrested in Johannesburg over his alleged role in Mozambique's $2 billion debt scandal.
I would have thought that was the first thing they would have done. They said 2 years after he was arrested. I would have thought after, arresting a diplomat or something like that, you just extradite them to the country straight up and let the country deal with them.
Stayed over 700 days.
Well, we wouldn't know why that happened, but yeah. So moving away from South Africa to Eritrea. So hours after the United States imposed sanctions on a senior Eritrean military leader for engaging in serious human rights abuse in Tigray, the Eritrean Ministry of Foreign Affairs issued a statement saying the government rejects both in letter and in spirit the utterly baseless allegations and blackmail directed against it. TOS News reported that the U.S. Treasury Department blacklisted Philippos Walde Johannes, Eritrean Chief of Staff, Defense Forces, for massacres, sexual assault, and purposely shooting civilians in the streets, among other human rights abuses.
Well, we move over to Somalia, where there's delay looms over the election as opposition leaders reject new plans. Somalia upcoming elections could be delayed following a group of Somali opposition presidential candidates' rejection of new election plans. The opposition in a statement argued that the process would give 5 regional leaders too much power in selecting the electoral delegate who will choose 275 members of parliament. I didn't know there was something such as too much power.
There's something as too much power.
I mean, in Africa, where people are always trying to amass
all
of the titles, all of the powers, they keep aiming for the much power that they can get, just to stay relevant and
yes,
prominent.
and I think that's what the opposition is trying to guard
and to
against.
try to balance everything.
Yeah,
out.
Because if we want to elect new leaders, let's do it now. Why do we have to, revisit the plan so then you can have the added advantage as to who should be elected in power or not? I think that is a valid reason to say, look, we're
Share
not
the
accepting
power.
this. Yes.
Cross board, so
Exactly.
people can have different opinions. They come to a balance and unanimously, choose who will be the leaders and everything.
Let that be the people's opinion. Let that be the people's choice. Don't take it. I always say, don't take the people's choice away from them. Let them be able to choose who they want to lead them. All right, talking about choice, it's about that time where I bring you COVID-19 updates from across Africa, and I did mention choice earlier. So I'm asking you to choose to be safe and protect the next person around you. COVID-19 is real. It's ravaging as fast as it could. The Delta variant is as deadly as they come, and then you should protect yourself and protect the next person around you. So get vaccinated if vaccination has been rolled out in your state or in your country, and if not, protect yourself. Wear your face mask, sanitize properly, proper, hand washing, proper hygiene, social distance, all of those things that we've been reading out in the last 1 year. Just do that to ensure that we are safe and we get to, beat COVID in this year or the coming year. So COVID-19 update from across Africa. And after that, we'll be going over to the big story.
TOS TV Network mobile app is now available. You can now catch up on our breaking news, stream our programs live, watch out for the latest update on sports and politics as they unfold. You can also get notifications for our upcoming programs and events. All these on our TOS TV Network mobile app, available on Apple Store and Google Play Store. TOS TV News from Africa by Africans.
You won't go shake your body. Instead, they make it calm down. Eat the farm, say it's happy. You want to grow 6 packs in a day. I beg you, not do pass your power. You want to show yourself, oh.
Whatever your size, find it with the new Airtel data plans. Dial *141# now to get the plan that suits you. Airtel, the smartphone network.
It's still the conversation showing on your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. As always, you can be a part of the conversation. Your contributions, opinions, stay updated on our social media platforms at TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And of course, you can live stream the program on our website, www.tostvnetwork.com. It's the big story segment, the crux of the conversation. And this morning we'll talk about insecurity, the call for a state of emergency in northern Nigeria. Joining us via the phone call this morning is Adedapo Banjo, a social affairs commentator. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's dive straight into it. What is your take on the recent attacks in northern Nigeria, especially the most recent in Benue, Jos, and on the NDA in Kaduna?
All right, good morning, Nigerians. And it's always a pleasure sometimes to talk about Nigeria, but it saddens my heart that this morning we have to talk about security in Nigeria. For obvious reasons, when you look at it from the east, from the west, from the north and the south, you will find out that there's the Pandora box on security is open in Nigeria. It shows a complete breakdown of the security architecture in Nigeria. It shows that everything that Nigeria stands for, because a nation is only as strong as its security of life and property, which is the primary responsibility of government. It is important to know that in Nigeria today, that banditry has become it has become business. And so, talking about what happened in the northern part of Nigeria, it is louder in the northern part of Nigeria. It is a sign that everything that the security architecture in Nigeria stood for before now are completely broken down. Let me give you instances. We have kidnapping, which has become a lucrative business in Niger State. Children were abducted from school, and parents were thrown into the very bad state to the fact that they were selling their properties to be able to pay ransom to release their children. It has become a very big industry in Nigeria. Kidnapping is in the northwest, Islamic insurgents in the northeast. Look at what is going on at the moment in Jos. Even when we have a situation where the government of the state, the state now, even introduced a 24-hour curfew, people were still killed. It simply means that the security architecture in that state is completely broken down. You can't feel the impact of the army. You cannot see the police on the street. You cannot see anybody to protect life and property. It's a very bad situation we have found ourselves. And to be very sincere with you, we are in a very bad situation.
Okay, going by your last statement, do you support the call for a state of emergency in northern Nigeria? The call that the governor of Zamfara state made yesterday, that's Bello Matawalle, said a state of emergency should be declared in northern Nigeria. Do you support the call?
I believe very strongly that a state of emergency should not be declared in northern Nigeria. It should be declared over Nigeria. We should query our security architecture. We should query the Navy. And when we say query the Navy, we are saying what exactly is happening across our water, across the water in Nigeria in terms of security. We should query the Air Force to say how much of banditry, kidnapping, how much of insurgents have they been able to fight successfully, using the area view of Nigeria. And then we should query the army. The army are the foot soldiers. They are the ones on the ground. We can't feel their impact in any way. And so, my candid opinion and my submission on this matter is that Bello Matawale's comment is really very important, because we know that northern Nigeria is in a bad state. But the security architecture of the nation is what we are talking about here. So if we are going to declare a state of emergency, it should be over this country. We should seek external assistance. We should call on nations that can support us. We should call on countries that can be of assistance in fighting every form of insecurity that the country is going through, and that would be banditry, that would be kidnapping, that would be insurgents, that would be almost everything that has bedeviled this country is a myriad of security concerns. And so it's not just about northern Nigeria, it's about Nigeria as a country.
Now, you're saying it's not just about northern Nigeria, it's about Nigeria as a country. And some Nigerians over the internet, have tried to link what is happening in northern Nigeria with what is happening in Afghanistan at the moment. How do we connect all of this?
All right. Now, you have a nation that its complete security architecture is blown down. The Pandora box, like I said, on security in Nigeria is in the open. It's obvious. Bandits know that they will not be caught. Kidnappers know that they will receive ransom. And the insurgents talk about Boko Haram. They know that nothing is going to happen. Everybody knows that they will not be caught. They know that once in a while, when they become vulnerable, that some of them will be killed, but they keep recruiting. And so what happened in Afghanistan is a significant pointer to the fact that the same thing can happen in Nigeria if we are not careful. And how do I mean? When you have bandits, when you have kidnappers, when you have insurgents, when you have people that we should not even call insurgents, we should call them terrorists, we should know that for the fact that every of their activity in Nigeria since 2011 has been on the increase, it simply means they are not willing to stop. It simply means they've been encouraged over a long period of time. Where are the Chibok girls? We have not found them. We still have Leah Sharibu. She's still missing. We still have a lot of children that have just been kidnapped from their schools and they have not been found. And so they know that this is a very big business for them and they are thriving it. Government cannot solve this problem because they have no clue on how to go about it. They keep saying that they are fighting it. They keep saying that they have won some part of this war, but for obvious reasons. And that was what gave the Taliban. It gave the Taliban that privilege to be able to say the government in Afghanistan became completely helpless, like we have in Nigeria today. And so there was little or nothing anybody could do. They came in, they eventually went to the seat of government, and the president had to run away because the president, in the first instance, why should the president run away? The president felt unsafe. He knew that there was nothing. It cannot be protected. He knew that the soldiers will not be able to face the Taliban. He knew that the entire architecture in terms of security in Afghanistan has been completely overrun by the Taliban. And so there was no reason to do that. And that's what is happening in Nigeria. If you just suppose the same thing, there are information in the public domain as of today that 9 states in Nigeria, even though I've not confirmed it, is being targeted by the Taliban as we speak. And if that happens, we are not talking about a state of emergency in the northern Nigeria. We're talking about a state of emergency in Nigeria as a country. And that's where we are.
Okay, going by what you just said about the Taliban's targeting Nigeria, yesterday the Chief of Defense Staff said, in as much as it's okay to be worried that what happened in Afghanistan might happen in Nigeria, but there's no cause for alarm, there's no need to think that way because the military is on top of the issue and that Nigeria is not a failed state. Do you think that statement is correct? Do you think Nigeria is a failed state at this point?
That statement is false. That statement is misleading. That statement is completely out of place, considering what we have as of today. The Nigerian Defense Academy, even though I know it's not a army formation, it's a school, it's a training school, but unfortunately, it's a place where the Nigerian army train people in armory, in whatever form of passion that is needed to produce a soldier for Nigeria, even though we have civilians in that facility too, but they were overrun. The security architecture broke down. There was nothing they could do. The chief of army staff cannot come out today and be telling us what happened in Afghanistan cannot happen in Nigeria. What solution have you provided? The government of Nigeria has failed us. The security architecture has broken down. They have lied to us. They have disappointed us. They have told us not to be afraid. But unfortunately, communities, people living in those communities are killed every day. Benue is not safe. Zamfara is not safe. Jos is not safe. Yobe is not safe. Katsina State is not safe. Jos Plateau is not safe. Borno State is not safe. And you are telling, what are you trying to say? The entire Middle Belt is overrun by insecurity. The entire Northeast, Northwest, and even North Central, not safe right now. I was attacked last Saturday. My car broke down and 2 boys came out of a car and pointed guns at me. This happened in Abuja. As we say here, in Abuja. So what are we talking about? And then the chief of army staff will sit somewhere secured, protected by a battalion of soldiers, and is assuring Nigerians that we are safe. It's really unfortunate.
All right.
We can't be deceived anymore.
All right. Unfortunately, we're out of time here. Thank you again for joining us on the show this morning. It's been a very wonderful moment with you, sir.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. And thank you, viewers, for staying tuned to The Conversation, showing you your digital first Pan-African news network. Don't forget, you can always be a part of it. Drop your comment on our social media platforms at TOS TV Network. I am Merciful Ajinamo.
And of course, my name is Adesewel. So you please stay safe, protect yourself, and protect the next person around you. And we'll see you tomorrow.